Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda Rose, and today I decided to just show you all of my back to school must-haves slash favorites. And for a lot of you, you may be like, girl, I know that already, but maybe other things that I have here you have probably never considered before. And so I just figured, why not? It's stuff that I purchase every single year anyway. I might as well just share it with you all, and it may be of some use and it may not, but we'll find out. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is actually the largest item, so I just want to get that out of the way. No. A desk calendar. So the reason why I love desk calendars is one, because my personality, I am someone who has to write things down. I know a lot of people love using technology and writing things in their phone, but it has always just been my personality and the way that I like to remember things and see things, I just hit myself, and see things laid out on a calendar. And so I purchased this one on Amazon. It starts literally August, which is perfect because that's pretty much when I start the school year all the way until next year. And so I love getting large ones like this, and my multi-purpose uses for desk calendars are as follows. One, my school does send out Google calendars and Google invites, and those are helpful. But again, I'm someone who likes to see things in person, hard copy. And so a lot of times I will write down on my desk calendar a lot of the things that are coming up at work, even though they're already on the Google calendar. And I know for some, it may just be like, it seems redundant, but that is just what I need. Also, what I love using desk calendars for is for pacing. So I'll write this in pencil, but usually I'll just go through every single thing that I want to do for that week on the desk calendar. And then when I'm going and I'm creating worksheets or I'm prepping, I just like to look at the desk calendar and be like, oh yeah, I need that worksheet for the economics class. And this is more of just like a bullet pointed thing. This is the topic for tomorrow. This is the topic by Friday. Make sure that you have all of your worksheets printed and stuff like that. So I love desk calendars, putting reminders. If I have a student that I need to talk to, pull out a class, or grab them at lunch, I'll also write it down on the desk calendar. Again, it's just something that I'm the type of person, I need to see things in front of me, write it down, color code it, highlight it. That is like my jam. The next thing, this is gonna seem quite obvious, but my back to school must have are Post-its. I use Post-its for everything. I use them for classroom activities. I use them for reminders. I use them for writing notes to my students. The next thing I love, which is kind of an obvious one, are stickers. I never ever start the school year without stickers. Now, when I first started teaching high school, I thought that stickers were really childish. But you quickly learn that every student, including seniors, love stickers on their work. I found these like emoji ones on Amazon, which they're really funny, fabulous, nice work, good job, good try, wow, much better, cool, super job. So I found ones that were positive and encouraging versus like the poop emoji, you know, like that sucks, or like a thumbs down, like what is that? So I found these to put, and then when I went to the NCSS conference last year, there was a booth with these stickers, and these are just like founding fathers, Washington, Franklin, Jefferson, Hamilton, and I thought they would be great because this year I am teaching participation in government, and so I wanted some stickers related to like the theme and the subject. The next thing that I absolutely love for back to school are room scents. Now I have two different options here, and they're both from Bath and Body Works. Now, depending on your classroom and also depending on if you can open up windows or whatever the case may be, but there are a lot of times where my kids come from physical education and it is stanky in that classroom, or maybe it's an 8 a.m. classroom and everyone's talking and there's morning breath, and then the next class comes in and it's like, oh, it smells in here. There could be a million reasons. I prefer the plugins because they're just away, separate, and it's constant, versus the room spray you do have to do a couple of times. And I would say that the room spray, you have to be careful because they're really strong. So sometimes, like, I went crazy one year and I had kids like sneezing when they were walking in the room, so you really have to be careful because it can be a hazard, and I've definitely learned my lesson. So usually what I'll do is I'll get there early in the morning and I'll just spray one with a window open so that it circulates around the room and it smells nice and fresh. So if you don't have the option to plug something in, I would highly suggest a room spray, but if I had my way, I would definitely pick the plug-ins all the time. It just allows the classroom to stay fresh, smell nice. The kids notice it, oh, it smells nice in here. And there's something about a clean smelling space that just puts you in a good mood. I've mentioned in the past, I love candles in my home. Obviously, I would never burn a candle at work. So this is my alternative to allowing the room to smell good. On a budget as well. So definitely room sprays I have to have. Another thing I really love is having a brand new notebook. So every year, this is kind of like my teacher journal in a sense. Again, I do take a lot of notes on my phone, but I prefer writing things down. I will put everything in here. If I had a student that I needed to recap with, I'll put it in the journal. If there was a topic that I needed to go over and I was able to identify what some of the issues were and how I communicated the information, I'll put it in the journal. While I'm on the train and I'm thinking of different ideas or ways that I can implement certain strategies, I'll put it in the journal. If I'm sitting in a meeting at work, a PD, I'll put it in the journal. So I do like having a journal or notebook, honestly, just a regular notebook completely dedicated to work and teaching. And it's a pretty decent size. It's small, but not too small. I don't want anything heavy or bulky that's gonna take up a lot of space in the book bag that I use. So definitely a notebook for the beginning of the year. And then the last thing are these diamond pens that I also purchased from Amazon, which are adorable. So starting in 2016, I purchased these pens with the intent of giving them to my advisory students. So at my school, we have advisory, which is separate from the students that you teach on a daily basis. You usually meet with them once a week. We talk about life skills, study skills, etc. So I would always purchase the pens and I'd give them out on the first day of advisory with a little note about how excited I am to get to know them. And it's just a gift from me to them. Of 8 was maybe $4 or $5. So it's really cheap, and I think it's just a cute gift to give out that is that just didn't cost me a lot. I think that if you don't have an advisory, this is also still really cool to give out as like birthday gifts, which make it really nice. And again, it's just a part of what I do to build relationship. Oh, I gave them the pen, I write them a little note, happy birthday, nothing crazy, nothing too dramatic, nothing too personal, because you don't want it to be weird. But I think it is nice, and when you're giving it to all of the kids whose birthdays are passing, it also doesn't make it weird, and it doesn't make it seem like you're picking favorites, because you don't want it to feel that way. There have been times where I have kids whose birthdays are in the summer and I have just purchased another pack because they are affordable and I've just given them out as well. You never want anyone to feel left out, but that's usually why I purchase them, either for my advisory students or to give them out as birthday gifts. But that's pretty much it. These are my must-haves for school when I start, and I hope that you guys enjoy, that you like, that you subscribe. What are your favorites or your must-haves when you start teaching in the new school year? And I'll see you guys in the next video.